Welcome to the Dev videos. In this lesson, we will cover what is aspect-oriented programming. This programming paradigm emerged to entertain the idea of isolation of cross-cutting concerns. But what is meant by cross-cutting concerns? Well, it means those secondary requirements that are common in different classes. Let's understand it by using an example. Suppose you want to log a message when a thread enters and exits the methods inside the UI and data access layer classes. Of course, these classes have different primary objectives, but logging is the similar secondary requirement inside these classes. And this is also called a cross-cutting concern. So in simple words, a functionality which is identical among different classes, which is also not primary, is called the cross-cutting concern. And the isolation of these functionalities is the objective of aspect-oriented programming. So instead of defining the log code each time in our classes, what if we define it separately and utilize it in our classes? That sounds more clever, isn't it? And that's what aspect-oriented programming teaches us to do. There are some more terminologies that are used in this context. We will skip the first one, which is already defined. Let's move to the second one. Advice. So advice is simply the code that we apply in our classes. In our example, it is that log code that we want to utilize when a thread enters or exits the method. Third one is the point cut. It is the point of execution where the cross-cutting concern need to be applied. In our example, point cut is reached when a thread enters or exits a method. And last but not the least is the aspect. So it is actually a combination of advice and point cut. So in our example, we can say we add a logging aspect to our application by defining a point cut and giving the correct advice